What if no candidate wins the electoral vote? The number of electors in each state is equal to the number of representatives and senators from that state. Today, there are 538 electors across 50 states and the District of Columbia. 270 electoral votes are needed to win, no matter how many popular votes a candidate receives. But what happens if no candidate wins the Electoral College because no one receives 270 electoral votes? Here's an example of how this can happen. We have three major candidates running: a Republican candidate, a Democratic candidate, and a third-party candidate. And let's say that the third-party candidate is a well-known person with a big following. The Democratic candidate receives 264 electoral votes. The Republican receives 258 electoral votes. And the third-party candidate carries 5 small states and receives 16 electoral votes. What happens? Who decides the presidency? Congress decides. And it has happened twice, in 1800 and in 1824. And with third-party candidates vying for votes, it could happen again. If it occurs in 2024, the election for president will be decided in the newly elected House of Representatives. They will choose between the top 3 vote-getters. Each state casts 1 vote. The District of Columbia doesn't get a vote. To win, a candidate needs 26 votes, a majority of the 50 states. If a state delegation can't decide how to vote, their vote isn't counted. There are no half votes. Simultaneously, the vice president will be chosen by the newly elected Senate, and they choose between the top 2 vote-getters. Each senator casts 1 vote. The winner of the majority of votes becomes the vice president. If the House can't elect a president, the vice president becomes the acting president until the House chooses a president. Once the national popular vote is in effect, this won't happen, because the winner of the nationwide popular vote will receive 270 electoral votes or more, and that number will continue to increase as more states sign on to the national popular vote. More information can be found at these websites.